So in The Last Jedi, Luke disappears from his robe, you know. Now, look. What is going on, okay? What the hell is going on now?
Wouldn't I love to know? Someone said, hey, if you really disappeared totally, wouldn't your mechanical hand clank down on the rock?
Well, I was really shocked to read the script, and I thought, really? This is what has become of me? Who says so?
I got into trouble because I was quoted as saying to Ryan that I fundamentally disagree with everything you decided about Luke.
I know that initially you weren't sure if this was the right way to go with your character, but the phenomenal response, I guess, tells you that people really enjoyed it.
Give the people what they want. Kill Luke.
Like a silent movie. And I haven't done a silent movie since The Force Awakens.
Well, indeed. Yeah, but that's...
Exhilaration of being recognized this way. I haven't been this speechless since Force Awakens. And I told Brian this, it's no surprise. I said, I just fundamentally disagree with your concept of this character and how you use him.
Looking back, was there any of the criticisms that you read that you may feel is now kind of fair?
No. But
I'm happy to ruin people's childhoods.
The thing is, though, especially with a Star Wars movie, having grown up as a Star Wars fan.
Ryan is so capable, such a really wonderful person, such a good writer, such a good director.
I write sporadically and badly with no rhyme or reason whatsoever. I don't think I could ever actually write for a living, write for hire, because I take so long to write, and I just it's bad, man.
It also piss off people.
Can I just say though, a lot of times I would say to Ryan, we got to think about the fans. And he said, no, we got to think about the story, and we got to think about our movie, which it was very informative to me, because I would say but we really have to think of what the audience expects and what they want. And he says, no, we have to do the opposite. We have to give them something they don't expect that we want.
Our own kind of internal
I know,
compass.
when I would say, we got to remember what the fans think, he says, no, we got to remember what we think. Which, I mean, that was a really a pivotal moment for me. He was my seeing eye dog, so if I've succeeded in any way, it's all because of Brian, and also if I fail, it's also because of Brian.
Thank you, Mark. Daisy.
See, a Jedi never takes responsibility.
You've said in interviews a few times that you kind of fundamentally disagreed with the story arc of your character in The Last Jedi.
No.
What would you have liked to have seen happen? Did you have a sense of where you wanted it to go?
Well, a couple of things. Number one, I regretted saying that because that's something that should stay internal between the director and the writer and so forth. And I said it before I saw the movie put together. What I had a hard time with, I said, even though I picked Kylo Ren wrongly as the next hope, and that's on my conscience, I still said to Ryan, I said, a Jedi would never give up. A Jedi wouldn't cut off his telepathic connection with his sister. It's just too radical. So I had to make up a backstory for myself that's much more severe than is in the movie, you know?
It's even the things that I said, well, wait a second, I'm going to burn down the library. Don't try and stop me, and then Yoda raises a finger, does it for me, and I go, but this is just sacred Jedi text. Hey, make up your mind.
That's Luke.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. I said, oh, okay, not only is he a broken man, he's certifiably insane. No, I can play that.
Typecasting.
I mean, it says right in the script, forget the past, kill it if you have to. You're doing a pretty good job.
I'm trying.
I mean, it's stated right out, forget the past, kill it if you have to. And he's doing a pretty good job. Yeah. Forget the past, kill it if you have to. And I said to Carrie, they're doing a pretty good job. First Han Solo, now me. If this is a pattern, you're next, right?
How do you feel about the future of the franchise?
It'll be endless and here long after I'm gone. But I mean, I like being in the audience. It's a lot less stressful. That's why I like Rogue One so much. there was 100% less me. Anybody know what JJ stands for, by the way? Is it true he's named, it's Jar Jar Abrams?
That's
Nobody
true.
knows.
It is that's actually true.
It's a mystery
That's his
what those
birthday.
initials stand
No,
for.
you're right.
One thing in the documentary that kept coming back up was you saying that you fundamentally disagreed with Rian Johnson's. I know.
wish they hadn't done that. I'll tell you why. Because that should remain in the rehearsal process. That should be between the screenwriter and the director. And I regret saying that out loud. And I said it before I saw the whole movie put together. And look, I mean, it was unexpected, you know, because Luke was always so optimistic and positive. And I said to Ryan, I said, a Jedi never gives up, you know. Even if I picked the next, you know, the New Hope, and he turned out to be the new Hitler, it would be a shock, but I certainly wouldn't cut off my telepathic communications with my sister, all these things, but I'm old. Number one, Luke was the most optimistic, hopeful character, and now he's this miserable, you know, despondent hermit.
Can I ask what your reaction was when you first read the script from Ryan?
Well, listen,
Be honest.
No, I was amazed at the complexity of it, that it was so challenging, the range of emotions, every color in the palette. Mine happened to be of a darker hue. My view of the character was that he was the most idealistic character. He was the most optimistic character. And I said, you know, even if I did something ghastly, like picking the wrong young student, that I would redouble my efforts. I wouldn't just go off to an island for 30 years. I said to Ryan, you got it wrong. Jedis don't give up, much less go hide off on an island. So right at the beginning, we were completely at odds.
Oh, your best advice you've ever received?
Persist. Never give up.
Thank you so much.
Great night.
And that, of course.
And I had a beginning, a middle, and an end once, and then I had a beginning and an end. No middle, but that's fine. So I didn't really have a beginning, a middle, and an end. I had a beginning and an end. So I'm really good with the fact that, you know, I had a wonderful entrance in 7, and I had a wonderful exit in 8. I couldn't ask for anything more.
For coming back in episode 9?
I had a spectacular entrance, an amazing exit. So, you know, I'm whatever happens, I'm fine with 9. Hashtag, I'm fine with 9. I'm not a method actor in the sense that I'm, you know, cranky and reclusive on set. You know, I like people, and I like having fun. I like having fun.
I heard you.
All right.
Yeah.
I said, I only have 2 requests. I don't want to do a cameo, and I want a run of the trilogy role. So see how well that worked out for me?
Thank you.
I just said, wait a second. I know Jedis don't give up. Not important to the audience, important to the actor to know, hey, what happened between the last one and this one, where the most optimistic guy in the galaxy becomes a suicidal, cranky old man telling people to get off his lawn. You know, it was like they say you can never go home again. And in a way, I thought, well, that's not true. Here I am coming home again. But it was a house I didn't recognize at all. So that was the challenge.
And so my question was, if you were in the director's chair, if you were writing the script, what would be your take on Luke Skywalker for
Oh, I
this?
want to hear this.
No, listen.
What would you do, motherfucker?
Yeah.
No.
Well, I hate everything you've done to my character and disavow it. But once I got that off my chest, I said, now lead me, oh guru. But I had to, like I say, make up backstories that, besides picking, you know, thinking that Kylo Ren, you know, picking the new Hitler to be the next hope, that's on me. But there had to be more to me to justify even cutting off my telepathic communication with my sister. So I mean, but that's this film is, I think, more challenging and has more depth. It's more cerebral. It's also very funny in parts, but it's probably my favorite one since Empire Strikes Back.
Mark Hamill speaking out against his masters yet again. Disney and Rian Johnson throwing them under the bus for what they did to his beloved character Luke Skywalker.
Mark Hamill has been one of the most vocal, honest actors I've ever seen. About a movie. Most actors, they do everything they can to promote the movie, and he did not like what Rian Johnson did with Luke. Hamill appearing on The Big Bang Theory was not the story that you guys were telling me about. The story was that Mark Hamill wore a shirt that resembled, it was a black shirt, and the image on it resembled a dark Mickey Mouse type figure. And a lot of you guys were telling me that Mark Hamill was pretty much throwing shade at Disney with this shirt. And so I finally checked it out. I finally saw the scene on The Big Bang Theory, and I also saw an article on this. And so it actually turns out that the shirt is designed, or was designed, by Mark Hamill's son, Nathan Hamill. And so after reading the article, I thought, oh, well, you know, it's just a shirt designed by his son. Of course, Mark Hamill wants to show off his son's artwork. But here's the thing as well. I think it is very interesting that Mark Hamill chose this particular shirt. He could have wore any shirt that he wanted out of, you know, all the shirts that he owns. And he decided to wear this one. And so we know it wasn't a matter of the costume department at The Big Bang Theory or wardrobe or whoever, you know, dresses these guys. But this was certainly Mark Hamill's decision because it happens to be his son's shirt, or the shirt that...
You know, I don't like being pushed out of my comfort zone. I thought, well, Harrison didn't get pushed out of his comfort zone. He's flying spaceships, making wisecracks and being cynical. Why am I so different? But it's really important for the story. And I came to realize, first of all, it's not my story anymore. You know, we really have to tell the story of the new protagonist. So, you know, Luke was always so optimistic and represented that side of us, to never give up hope. And to see him say that, it was as shocking to me as I'm sure it will be to the fans.
Can you tell me about your presence in this film? Because the last one, you didn't have any lines. It was, you know, small, but are we going to see a lot more of you in this next installment?
Hopefully my part will be twice as big.
Just twice? What about 10 times as big?
We shall see.
Okay.
Well, obviously, Luke is in a much darker place now. He wants the Jedi to end. Believe me, I'm as shocked to have read that as you will be to see it. You know, I read Star Wars and I go, everybody has a personality in this movie except me. The robots are funnier than you. I call them Star Wars, Empire, Jedi. Now I got to, what am I going to call this one?
Last. Call it last.
Yeah.
Call it the.
Yeah. Episode 9, The Last Paycheck.
We're gonna end on. I think we're gonna end on that. Yep, that's it. On that one-liner. Thank you all so much for coming.
Thank you, guys.
What makes Ryan such an amazing writer and director?
Awkward.
No, skip it. Skip it.
Very
No.
quick. I like that he's really fast.
No one else? Okay. That would do.
If it doesn't make you want to go out of the theater, get your spaceship toys and run around the backyard, it's not a Star Wars movie.
Ya levántate. Siempre tienes que levantarte.